Good evening. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Today is Monday, June 19th, 2017. We're here for the purpose of the regular meeting of the Elmhurst City Council. It is 7:35. I would ask that you all rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, before I ask Clerk Spencer to call the roll, I'm sure many of you noticed on the way into City Hall and also on the chamber walls behind us that we have bunting laid out. And I think most people know that the City of Elmhurst really lost an icon of our city. A gentleman who, as I look here in front of me, has 4 pages of single-spaced accomplishments of what this man did, and that's just for the City of Elmhurst. Anyway, it saddens me to report that Darrell Whistler, who just about a month ago stepped down from the as Zoning and Planning Chairman of our Zoning and Planning Commission, Darrell passed away. His funeral is today. Actually, it's going on for another half hour. I'm sorry, visitation is today. Thank you, Alderman York. Funeral is tomorrow, 11 a.m. at St. Peter's with an S? St. Peter's. That's at Church and, is that Cottage Hill? Church and Cottage Hill, 11 a.m. Anyway, it was my honor and distinct honor and pleasure to participate in a formal ceremony with police and fire. Darrell was a big supporter of all things Elmhurst, including maybe the biggest fan of the police and fire department here in Elmhurst. And the men and women of police and fire and also Metro paid tribute to Darrell at his wake today. So I would ask that you all join me in a moment of silence for Darrell Whistler. Okay, Clerk Spencer, and I see you call a roll.
Dunn.
Here.
Leader.
Here.
Kolumsky. Here. Graham.
Here.
Toledo.
Here.
York.
Here.
Levin.
Here.
Park.
Here.
Conquest.
Here.
Kennedy.
Here.
Mulliner.
Here.
Brennan.
Here.
Sabatino.
Here.
Joyder. Here. 14 present, 0 absent.
14 absent, 0 present. We have a quorum. We are in session.
Other way around.
Other way.
14
14 present. What did I say?
14 absent.
All right, 14 absent. That would be bad news. 14 present. We do have a quorum. We are in session. On to swearing in. Agenda item 3, I'm going to ask Michael Husing and family to meet me here. I have a microphone. Hey, Mr. Kopp, do you have a microphone?
Did you meet with the church on that?
Thank you, Mark.
My son is still sleeping.
I had the honor of swearing in 2.5 police officers this morning and a firefighter. The half is part-time. And that's always one of the best parts of my job is swearing in new folks who are joining the Elmhurst family. But one of the other great parts of the job is when we have the ability to promote somebody from within our own ranks. And Michael Husing is being promoted this evening. Is this everybody? Is anybody hiding out there? No. All right, why don't you come over here with me? Turn toward these folks. You take that. You tell us who we have here.
All right.
Identify yourselves when you...
My son Cade, my wife, and my daughter Mia, my mom and dad, my grandparents, my brother, my wife's parents.
I like the delay.
Yes. And then my friend Jeff Kraft.
Okay, who's the guy in the back there?
That's the chief.
Okay, just checking. All right, please stand over here. Join your family. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I am Michael Husing.
I'm Michael Husing.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
to support the Constitution of the United States,
to support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and the laws and ordinances of the City of Elmhurst,
and the laws and ordinances of the City of Elmhurst,
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of Lieutenant
of the office of Lieutenant
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. Go on to celebrate. Congratulations. Congratulations. We're going to take a picture, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Who's this guy? We didn't announce this guy.
This is my son, Clayton.
That's okay. He counts. Good to see you. Congratulations. I missed you. Okay, let's going to turn around and we do have a photographer. Let's all line up here. Chief and I will be bookends. Family in the middle. All right, we're going to take a picture, but some of the shorter folk need to maybe, we good? Those are just your in-laws, right? All right, we ready? Okay, good. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
One second. There's always someone in the crowd. I'm going to who do you want to pin you? There you go. Let me, I hope your eyes are better than mine. I couldn't open that. Congratulations again.
Thank you for serving. Congrats.
We now?
Very good job.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Look forward to working with you. You just said we. This level.
Thank you. I say, Lieutenant, I'm talking to you. All right.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you.
Congratulations and thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Watch the step.
Congratulations. Watch your step.
Steve's there to catch him. He's ready to catch him. Don't slip on any gravel. Don't slip on any gravel. Pardon me?
That's part of his position.
Yes.
Oh, I see another speech.
Yeah. On a Chevy Chase looking like Gerald Ford, yes.
Mr. York, I know. I mean, you and I. Mr. York,
Except you can't stay behind me. You're so
Okay, on to agenda item 4.
it's incredible.
Receipt of written communications from the public. At this time, is there anyone in the audience who has any written communication they wish to submit to the clerk for further dissemination? Please raise your hand if you have any written communication. Seeing none, we will move on. Before that, we're going to let those folks file out, though.
Did you notice anything?
Make me the bad guy, it's easy.
Okay, on to agenda item 5, public forum. This is an opportunity for anybody in the audience to address the council on any issue they so choose. We ask out of respect for the work that we have to get done here this evening, and also out of respect for other folks that may want to speak, that you keep your comments to 3 minutes. We keep time. If you go over 3 minutes, I will politely ask you to wrap it up. When you have been identified, we ask that you go to that microphone kind of behind Chief Ruth, over to my right, your left. Clerk Spencer, at this time, has anybody signed up for public forum?
No, Mayor, no one has signed
No one has
up.
signed up for public forum. So we have a public sign-in sheet on the back, at the back of the council chambers where people sign in. At this time, no one has signed in. However, is there anybody in the audience who did not have an opportunity to sign in our sign-in sheet that wishes to address the council at this time? Please raise your hand if you wish to address the council at this time. Seeing none, first time in my, as being mayor that has ever happened. Seeing none, that concludes public forum this evening. Announcements, agenda item 6. Any announcements from the dais? I'll go with Alderman Leader, and then Dunn and Palumski. Alderman Leader.
Mr. Mayor, would it be appropriate for me to make a few remarks in eulogy of Darrell?
Sure, Alderman Leader, if you would like to say a few words.
We are here
Can you hear him?
to mourn a death in
Hey,
the
Norman?
Yes.
Do me a favor, pull down your monitor and...
Get this
Yeah, pull
closer?
your microphone as close as possible.
Can you hear me?
Do your best.
All right. We are here to mourn a death in the family of Elmhurst. I proudly claim that Darrell was my most important mentor. Over the years, we had many a delightful and thought-provoking evening, which only proves that it is always more fun and productive to get together over vodka and wine at night than coffee or tea in the morning. Being with him was a genuine pleasure because I admired him as a man of principle who always followed where principle led. He never lowered his standard. He never bowed his head. He taught me that as a city, we must periodically renew ourselves through growth and development or wither and die. It was always so refreshing to be with somebody who clearly understood that if you start with a false premise, you will always end up with a false conclusion. There were no false premises with Darrell, and certainly no false conclusions. He was open to new ideas, he was daring in his initiatives, and he was soaring in his splendid vision. No man, living or dead, ever contributed more to the success of Elmhurst. His charming personality combined optimism, humanity, humor, and a belief in man's capacity for self-improvement with an abiding sensitivity. His friends adored him, and his family loved him. We will not meet his like again. I will truly miss him, but Elmhurst will miss him even more. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Very nice.
Thank you, Mr. Leader. Alderman Dunn, then I'll go to Alderman Palumski.
Yes, I have two quick announcements. The first one is regarding the first neighborhood roll call in the second ward taking place this Thursday, June 22nd at 6 a.m., or 6 p.m., I should say, till 6:15 at the corner of Ridgeland and Grantley. So all are welcome from that neighborhood and beyond. My second announcement is the Friday Night Friends from the York Football Boosters organization is sponsoring a golf outing this Thursday as well, June 22nd. And that benefits the York Dukes football team, and that is at White Pines Golf Course at 1 p.m. And all are welcome and encouraged to attend. Thanks.
Okay, Alderman Palumski.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to thank the city manager for posting the budget schedule. And I want to take this opportunity to encourage any alderman interested in proposing a budget addition to either discuss with city manager the possibility of a staff proposal or initiate the referral process. While we've long accepted the idea that the budget is a planning document to ensure that there are no questions about that and to promote the idea that a newer expanded program should be vetted in committee, not during the budget process. I'll take the approach that Alderman Toledo did last year, and I will not be supporting any requests for additional funds during the budget process. Thank you.
Okay, any other announcements? Alderman York?
Thank you, Your Honor. This week is National Bike to Work Week. Tomorrow, the Elmhurst Bike Club is going to be hosting an information table at the Metro train station between 6:30 and 8 a.m., I believe, to just distribute information on alternative transportation methods and encouraging people to ride their bikes to work, to the train. I live near the train station, and there are many, many, many folks who already do this, and it's a really good trend. In fact, to the point where some days the bicycle racks are filled to capacity. So I know as we're looking at our downtown plan and reorganizing things, that I've already spoken with Public Works Director Killian, and we're looking at rearranging bike racks and adding more to them. As a second announcement, I'd just like to remind everybody that Friday, July 21st, is the Superior Ambulance Elmhurst Cycling Classic, the 5th anniversary edition of that event. And we are really looking for volunteers to help us put this event on. So as a volunteer, you can go to the website elmbike.com, and there's an online registration there. We provide funds for organizations that get 10 or more volunteers for us. We'll make a donation to your organization. So if you have a church group or anything like that that has some people who could volunteer, I'd be welcome to, we'd make a donation to your church group for that. Again, it's Friday, July 21st. Racing starts at 11 a.m. and goes on until the last guy crosses the finish line. Thank you.
Okay, any other announcements? Seeing none, we'll go on to consent agenda at this time. Is there any item on the consent agenda any alderman wishes to have removed, to vote no, or provide comment? Seeing none, I will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda in its entirety. Motion by Alderman York, second by Alderman Mulliner. Clerk Spencer.
Dunn.
Aye.
Leader.
Aye.
Polemski.
Aye.
Bram.
Aye.
Toledo.
Aye.
York.
Aye.
Levin.
Aye.
Hart.
Aye.
Conquest.
Aye.
Kennedy.
Aye.
Mulliner.
Aye.
Brennan.
Aye.
Sabatino.
Aye.
Deuter.
Aye.
I messed up here, but it's 14 ayes, 0 nays.
We record everyone?
I think I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
14 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries. Consent agenda in its entirety is approved.
Wrong.
You're good.
Are we good?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Under reports and recommendations, Mayor Morley, that's me. A couple of things to report. Due to attendance challenges coming up, there will be no meeting on July 3rd of this month. The regularly scheduled meetings as posted will happen. A couple other things to announce this weekend. June Jazz was held at Elmhurst College, successful event. Due to some sketchy weather, they held it inside at the Hammersmith Chapel. Doc Severinsen, 92, 89? 89-year-old Doc Severinsen was the headliner, and from what I understand, did an absolutely fabulous job. St. Demetrios, up in the 2nd Ward, held their annual Greek Fest. They are celebrating 50 years in Elmhurst this year. Very successful weekend, including they were giving away iguanas if you put the ping pong ball in the right hole. The only other thing I would say is that I had the opportunity to drive around Elmhurst a little bit this weekend, and Elmhurst is absolutely hopping this time of year. And I would encourage everybody not only to ride the trolley, which has been going now for 3 weeks, but go on exploreelmhurst.com. There is calendar of events if you have anybody coming into town or looking for something to do, but calendar of events and details. City Manager.
Thank you. 2 items. One related to the storm which came through Elmhurst last week. We sent out a summary on Friday with the Friday notes. So you get a chance, please review that. I want to thank the Public Works and Police Department who were on top of everything as far as what was closed and open. We have not received any reports of structure flooding. Streets certainly took some water, On the north end of town, we received 2.2 inches of water, of rain, which is pretty significant for us in a very short time period. Lesser on the south end of town. As I understand it, the only structure that we've built recently that took water was the one at I-290 in York. There were some other issues where North Avenue and at 290 was closed, Route 83 was closed. So we're going to address that with IDOT to see what happened and why that is happening. Second item that I have, and again, it also relates to the tollway and IDOT. I think as everyone knows, the tollway has put out a plan to widen 294 from the current 4-lane configuration to between 5 and 6. They have contacted us to see if, one, we would host an open house here in July, which I said certainly we would, and secondly, to meet with us to get our input on how it affects Elmhurst. We've been working with the tollway through the project at 294 and County Line Road in front of McMaster Carr for a number of years. The council's aware of that. This is regarding the widening and as it affects the entire community. So we will be talking to them about all the effects that could possibly have on the community and what they're willing to do to help mitigate that. Thank you.
Okay, any other reports? Alderman York.
Yeah, the Finance Committee, due to lack of a quorum, will not be meeting on July 10th. So we won't be here for the 3rd to announce that, but we won't have a quorum for the 10th.
Okay. Any other reports? Alderman Dunn.
I just wanted to mention that the new establishment in town had a soft opening, Beerheads, on Saturday, and they had their actual official opening today, so I think it's a great place, great concept, and I'm sure they'll do very well.
Okay. On to ordinances. Clerk Spencer, 9.1, I'd ask you to read the ordinance.
An ordinance providing or declaration of the general prevailing rate of hourly wages for the year 2017 to be paid to the laborers, mechanics, and other workers performing construction of the public works within the city of Elmhurst, DuPage, and Cook Counties, Illinois.
Okay, to put this before council, I'll ask for a motion to approve the ordinance as read. Motion by Alderman York, second by Alderman Sabatino. Alderman York.
Thank you, Your Honor. So on the consent agenda, item 7.13 was a report from this committee that just basically updated the wages that the Illinois Department of Labor provides for laborers and hourly workers when they're working on projects around the city. So this is doing nothing more than merely updating the schedule for wages in our ordinance. And the reason that we're doing it this way is it needs to be approved before the end of June, but we didn't get the wage schedule in time to do it at one committee meeting before and have it approved at a later meeting. So it's...
And this is required.
It's required
by law. It's just a
In fact, we're
schedule
already
we get.
paying the wages, the new wages currently. We just have to get the ordinance updated before the end of June.
Okay. Any questions or comments? Clerk Spencer.
Dunn.
Aye.
Leader.
Aye.
Palumski.
Aye.
Graham.
Aye.
Toledo.
Aye.
York.
Aye.
Levin.
Aye.
Park.
Aye.
Conquest.
Aye.
Kennedy.
Aye.
Mulliner.
Aye.
Brennan.
Aye.
Sabatino.
Aye.
Reuter.
Aye.
14 ayes, 0 nays.
14 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries. On to resolutions. 10.1, Resolution R-62-2017. Clerk Spencer, I'd ask that you read the resolution.
A resolution approving and authorizing the execution of a settlement agreement and reciprocal release by and between the City of Elmhurst, Illinois, R.W. Duttman Company, and Traffic Control and Protection, and Peter Markinson of the settlement and resolution of a personal injury litigation.
Put this before council, I'll ask for a motion to approve the resolution as read. Motion by Alderman York, second by Alderman Brennan. City Attorney Storino.
I'd just like, for the record, excuse me, to indicate that this is a personal injury matter that has been settled. The city was sued along with R.W. Dunteman and the Traffic Control and Protection Company. Settlement is for the total amount of $100,000, and the city will be fully dismissed from the case.
Okay, any comments? Clerk Spencer?
Dunn.
Aye.
Leader.
Aye.
Walensky.
Aye.
Graham.
Aye.
Toledo.
Aye.
York.
Aye.
Levin.
Aye.
Park.
Aye.
Conquest.
Aye.
Kennedy.
Aye.
Mulliner.
Aye.
Brennan.
Aye.
Sabatino.
Aye.
Deuter.
Aye.
14 ayes, 0 nays.
14 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries. Resolution, agenda item 10.1 is approved. We'll also note that it is the insurance companies of the companies that we contracted with, Dutman and Traffic Control Protection. It's their insurance companies that are picking up the $100,000. City funds will not be spent on this settlement. On to agenda item 10.2. Clerk Spencer, I'd ask you to read the resolution.
A resolution in support of the County of DuPage application. How do you say?
Application?
Ow. Something's wrong here tonight. Application for the 2017 RTA/CMAP Local Technical Assistance, the LTA, Planning Assistance Services delivered by the RTA, Chicago Metropolitan Agency for Planning.
Okay, to put this before council, I'll ask for a motion to approve the resolution as read. Motion by Alderman Levin, second by Alderman Walensky. Alderman Levin.
Thank you. This is a request for authority from the city or an endorsement for this long-term planning. It looks like we've got go to 2040 out of the way, so we're on to 2050. So we're planning way ahead. And this is a resolution for the Route 83 corridor that will allow us to achieve some grant dollars to undertake this study in conjunction with DuPage County.
Okay. Questions or comments? Clerk Spencer, I ask you to call the roll.
Dunn.
Aye.
Leader.
Aye.
Polemski.
Aye.
Graham.
Aye.
Toledo.
Aye.
York.
Aye.
Levin.
Aye.
Park.
Aye.
Conquest.
Aye.
Kennedy.
Aye.
Mulliner.
Aye.
Brennan.
Aye.
Sabatino.
Aye.
Deuter.
Aye.
14 ayes, 0 nays.
14 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries. Agenda item 10.2 is approved. On to other business. Any other business? Alderman Leader.
Mr. Mayor, I want to take note of another passing in our official family. That is the father of our own city attorney, Don Storino, a man who was like us. He was a trustee in Elmwood Park and a former mayor, but most importantly, he was also a fine man. I regret I did not know him personally, but I know his son, and that says a lot. And I also want to, and I'm putting on my cap as a member of the American Legion, and I also want to note that he, in his passing, we have lost another of that rapidly diminishing band of brothers, veterans, heroes of our Second World War. So you have my condolences, sir.
Okay, thank you, Alderman Leader. Any other business? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion by Alderman Kennedy, second by Alderman Deuter. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned.